StarrSoap's channel. How are you today? I'm doing good. Today I'm going to be doing a remake of my Lavender StarrSoap. That's right, I've made this soap a lot of times. It's a very popular scent and always sells out on me. So here I am making it again. This time I'm a blondie. So come with me and I'll show you how I do it. Squee! So, first things first, of course, like usual, we're adding our, can you guess it, cooled oils and cooled lye together. Always the cooled lye to the cooled oils and never the other way around. Everything's at room temperature or between 25 and 30 degrees Celsius. And I've got some lovely, nice little oils in here. There's no goat's milk in this batch. It's a goat's milk free batch. But it's got olive oil, castor oil, canola oil, shea butter, cocoa butter, soybean oil, sunflower oil, and grapeseed oil. A nice little mix of lots of oils in there. So I've got some beautiful purple berries mica that I've mixed up in some olive oil here in my jug. And I'm pouring a portion, a small signature separated portion to be our accent colour. And as I'm mixing it up, I'm discovering here that it does not look like it is dark enough, not to my liking. Even with a real good mix, it still doesn't seem to be as bright. So I'm just going to grab it away and add a little bit more mica in there and then stick blend it all together. First I'm just using the spatula to see if I can't scrape up any colourant off the bottom, and then now, as you can see, I've added some more colourant. So I'm just going to mix my titanium dioxide into the base with the stick blender first, and then I don't need it anymore in this big pot. And I can move it over to my little pot and I can mix this purple berries mica up. And it is a beautiful purple. Love that shade of purple. I'm a total purple freak. Any of you that didn't know that, purple is my favourite colour and it always has been for the longest time. So when I can achieve a bright shade like that, it makes me very happy. So now I'm adding my trusty white lavender cotton fragrance oil that I got from Candle Supplies here in New Zealand. Candle Creations, not Candle Supplies, Candle Creations, which is a website you can check out here in New Zealand, and it sells soap fragrances as well as candle fragrances. So if you're from New Zealand and you want a soap, it took me quite a while to find that particular supplier, so I'm always happy to tell other people. And I'm particularly excited about this fragrance oil because it smells to me like true lavender, like the essential oil does, and it really behaves well, as you can see. It doesn't thicken up trace, everything stays nice and fluid, it doesn't discolour or, you know, cause any little lumps or separation or anything. It is a really awesome fragrance and I love to work with it. So I actually have, I think maybe 4 in total big 500 milliliter bottles of fragrance oil, and white lavender cotton is one of them. Another one is black raspberry vanilla, and if you're a soaper then you know that's a really popular scent. I've actually had a whole big range of black raspberry vanilla things this last year. I made candles, bath salts, bubble bars, soap, and yeah, so it's been a bit of a black raspberry vanilla time. So now I'm going to go ahead and give it a swirly decorative top. And what I discover as I go through to swirl it is that it has not thickened like at all, and my swirl is too wispy, too fine, and I'm not that happy with it. So I just kind of go all crazy and I end up sort of mixing it up, and it doesn't really look like I wanted it to, but I still like the way it looks. It's so fine. So what I did is I sprayed the top of it with rubbing alcohol because I wanted to put toppers on, and then I decided to come back through with my blue azure mica and mix it into some olive oil, and then with my pipette just drip some little drops all over the top of it because I thought that would be a really cool way to get a pretty swirly top like I was trying to achieve. But the rubbing alcohol had formed a skin on the top of the soap like it's supposed to. Not enough for me to place on my toppers, but enough that when I try to come through now with the skewer and swirl, look what happens. Uh-oh. So a little learning there, and you guys can learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make this mistake. If you want to drip mica on the top of your soap and swirl it, do not spray the top of your soap with rubbing alcohol first. And this is why. So what I went ahead and did that was off camera was I placed on some dark blue round balls, and I also placed on some white piped soap from a previous batch. I didn't quite have enough piped dollops, so one got a star. One bar got a star. And that swirl has come out very, very intricate. I'm quite excited about that because I don't often get such intricate swirls. But trying to cut this particular soap, I broke my soap cutter, all the strings broke, so that's why I'm having to cut it with a knife. And even though I don't mind cutting it with a knife, I never feel like I get the bars as straight. So what I'm doing now is I'm using my knife and my multi-bar cutter to score the top of the soap so I can go through with my little single bar cutter and cut them that way. Now my single bar cutter is simply a cheese cutter. I bought it online on Trade Me, which is New Zealand's equivalent of eBay, and it was only about $10. So if you want one, just search marble cheese cutter. That's what I searched to get this. So hopefully you can find one. It's quite a handy thing to have as a backup now that I've got my multi-bar cutter and I'm using that most of the time. Sometimes the soap might get too hard, or it might have too high of a top, so the toppers might be too big and predominant, and then I can't put it in the multi-bar cutter. So I've just flipped the view here for this last cut because I'm going to show you the swirl. And isn't that amazing? I really love it. Quite often when the soap is so fluid like that and I try and swirl it, I don't get a swirl. Everything just mixes together. But this swirl is so neat and so fine, and I love it. The top looks a bit dinky. I don't know if I'll copy that design on the top again, but you know, I was thinking on my feet. And here's another set. Again, look at those amazing swirls. It almost looks like marble, doesn't it? Speaking of marble soap cutters, my swirl almost looks like marble. My soap almost looks marbled. So here's a photograph of the wet soap in the mould. And my flash was a bit bright here, but I still think you get the idea. And here's a picture of the cut bars. Gorgeous. And this week I would like to highlight the lovely Ms. Janet Campbell and her black raspberry vanilla soap with beautiful strawberries and blackberries on top, and they look so realistic, and that piping looks like real cream and I almost just want to lick it. If you'd like your photo highlighted, please come along and join our group over on Facebook. It's called StarrSoapy Family. We'd love to have you as a member and share your creations with us because we love to see them. If you liked watching this video and you want to see more like it, then please hit that subscribe button down below, become a member of the StarrSoapy family, and feel the soapy love. Bye!
Try some of my soap. The soap is gonna keep you clean and warm you up and make you feel like a queen or a king, as the case may be. I really think you're going to switch permanently to StarrSoaps after you try some of my soap.